deficit will make it tough to come back. It's Chicago. They lead by 13. And when we
Game 4 Eastern.
And we welcome you back here to the broadcast of the Eastern Conference semifinals. We've got Tyler Hansbrough. He's out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Ari out there with Victor Claver. And it's Nixon in at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Pass to Lowry. And Big Daddy picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
That foul gives him 4, so he's just 2 away from being Dairy Queen.
Valanciunas inside, covered by Noah. Outside for Lowry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. With the teardrop, that is good. Chicago leading by 13. And he goes in for the dunk. The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Kicks it to Valanciunas. Back to Lowry. Jacks up a 3. It's rebounded by Jimenez. And Chicago shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. And the layup falls. Big Daddy's got 24 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Doubled by Jimenez. Noah with the block.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Davis dishes to Smith. Pass to Jimenez. Feeds to Noah. The pass to Jimenez. 6 on the shot clock. And yes, sir, that one drops. Big Daddy's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Raptors trail by 19. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Offline with his 3. For Chicago, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Dang passes to Jimenez. Dang. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Smith drives in, and the rejection by Valanciunas. Down low. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Puts it up off the inbound. And he overshot that one, missing.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Back to Smith. He dishes it to Noah. With the lead pass. No good from Jimenez. Toronto's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's DeRozan. Oh, that's blocked. It's stolen by Ariza. Noah with the block. And he recovers it.
Guys, doesn't it feel like he treats every possession like it's his last one? It doesn't matter what the score is. If there's a loose ball, people go into the stands trying to save it.
And he really is a tough guy to go up against because he throws his weight around so often and with reckless abandon. I mean, it can really wear you down physically.
Chicago leading by 17. Inside. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Dang dishes to Smith. Smith right side. He passes to Jimenez. On the wing, Davis. 6 to shoot. Dishes it to Dang. Pass to Smith. There's the 3. Davis, the pass to Jimenez. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Big Daddy's got 28.
That's pretty much been the norm for them, getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Free throw drops for Lowry.
100% free throw shooting this half, guys.
Efficiency is so crucial when you're trying to overcome a deficit, Steve.
Well, he cut into the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a difference.
It's Davis with the drive. Makes the lead pass. It's stolen by DeRozan. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Lowry. Ariza kicks to Lowry. Shoots from 12. It's Lowry again missing.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. First free throw is good. So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Both free throws good from Jimenez. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. Nixon, defended by Jimenez. He kicks it to Claver. Uncovered. That's good. 1:02 left to play here in the fourth. Back to O'Neal. Pass to Jimenez. T. There's the feed to Hollins. Passes it to Jimenez. 5 on the clock. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
That's his 3rd.
Toronto's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Nixon, the pass to Johnson. He feeds it to Claver. There's the dish to Douglas. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Bulls have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. The shot's good from Jimenez.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
Now Douglas over Teague. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's Chicago up 19. And thanks for joining us once more as we get set to continue our coverage of the Eastern Conference Semis. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half was carried right over into the second.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Lowry and Ross pairing up in the backcourt. Tyler Hansbrough out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Ariza in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for the Raptors. Toronto's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And it's Lowry penetrating. That's good.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Here's Jimenez. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Kyle Lowry picks one up there. And the Bulls making a change here. Davis is checked in. Raptors shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Lowry kicks to DeRozan.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark. That beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, it was nice. Just a gorgeous assist.
Here's Lowry. That one goes. Count. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. The Bulls leading by 19. Jimenez, the pass to Teague. Pass to Jimenez. 5 on the clock. Dang. Hansbrough defender. Goes up the baseline. Dang can't get it to go. The Raptors have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Dang. Here's Jimenez. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
J.R. Smith's checked in for Chicago. On defense, the Bulls. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. Ball stolen. Jimenez, the pass to Smith. Boom, he jams it straight down.
So deflating for a team. Clark coughing up the ball at one end, and then it turns into immediate points at the other end.
And it's just as much of a boost for the team getting those easy points off the steal.
Ariza kicks to DeRozan. Excellent defense there from Smith. The Bulls leading by 23. Right side Davis. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Jimenez, the pass to Smith. They get it again. Davis. And that one's good.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putback.
And you've also got to love what a forceful low-post defender he is. If he blocks one of your shots, you remember it. He sends them into the stands to make a point.
On defense, the Bulls. Ariza kicks to Valanciunas. Back to Ariza. Pass to Valanciunas. Can't get it to go.
And in the paint, they have really shown some strength. Their work on the boards has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'd certainly call it a mismatch, Steve, at least for today.
The Raptors making a switch here. Jimenez, the pass to Smith. Smith off a pick from Jimenez. Nice job coming off that screen. 9 points for J.R. Smith.
Well, they're in great position here, and it's thanks in large part to their three-point shooting.
You called that right. They are lighting it up from behind the arc this half.
And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
And the Chicago Bulls will move on. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in to the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals presented by 2.